This was my very first time participating in the Napkin Exchange Challenge, and my partner was my amazing friend Madi from Spectrum Art Creation, and she challenged me to decoupage playing cards. And you have to go big or go home. So I decided to use this huge Uno card to decoupage too. First, a little bit of magic. Starting with Heso, we are having a blank space to start our decorations. We have to take the fold of the napkin to make it one ply, and to cut the areas you want to use, you use a wet pencil to get only the parts that we're going to layer, because that is the fun part. We're going to layer these napkins to make an amazing forest. I'm using matte medium to glue it because it's a little bit thicker than you know rice paper glue, and I like to keep my napkins not as moist because I'm very rough when I'm gluing things. So, with the help of a big brush, I start layering my napkins. And as you can see, I already turned up a little bit. But the wonderful thing about napkins is you can layer and move them as you want. And this is what I'm doing. And the little bits that I'm taking off, I'm using them in the small cards. Now I need to blend a little bit the background, and I'm using Allegro Paints white and gray to make it. One of my favorite techniques is using a darker color and a lighter color at the same time. I'm using them to make some sort of degradé of colors, and I'm putting a little bit of each color in between the leaves so I can have this very realistic ish background. So I'm painting roughly around the edges of the leaves. I'm not looking forward to obtain a perfect background. I just need to blend everything. Because remember, we are layering the napkins, so we don't need to be perfect. Because nothing in nature is perfect, you know? We have these amazing tonalities. So a little bit of light, a little bit of dark, a little bit of white, a little bit of gray, a little bit of everything. So this is what I'm doing right now. Also, it doesn't mind if you paint over one of the leaves or one of the elements of the napkins, because we're going to put more everything. This is just a background. Remember, don't get in love with the background, because the background is in the background. So we're going to put a lot of things on top of it. Once our background is dry, we start adding more pieces around our card. As you see, now I'm not using big pieces, but I prefer to get smaller ones. I'm taking, a little bit of gold, a little bit of orange to put in the areas I feel I have some holes or I need to enhance. So I'm being more picky, more, you know, making a better composition because now I'm adding small pieces to the whole background. This is one of my favorite products, Aqua Color in gold. I'm adding a little bit of splatters here and there to add a little bit of shine. Not that we are going to make everything blinding shiny, but just a few drops here and there. As you see, I'm using the applicator of the spray, not adding too much. Even I'm drawing small things because I don't want to the color overpower everything. And a little bit of water so the color of the ink runs better. And now I can draw some leaves and some shapes that enhance these amazing earth tones of these napkins. I'm skipping the drying process because it's very boring, but remember, between every layer you need to dry. And now I'm taking a nail file and I'm sanding the edges so every excess that we have of the napkins get off. I like to use the nail file instead of scissors because well, now I'm using scissors here, but I'm very rough, so I tend to chop corners or pieces, and the nail file just give me a very funky edge that I love. Again, this is also a boring process, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit so we can finish earlier. Okay, I know I just say you a few minutes ago that we cannot fall in love with our backgrounds, but I am kind of in love with these backgrounds. I really like how it turned out. Now I need to figure it out how to use or what to use as a focal point. Let me look around. Oh, look what I found. These are redesigned by Prima Transfer. They are usually made for furniture, but they are amazing transfer, very good quality. And these birds, they really need some forest to be on. So yeah, these are gonna be my focal point. I'm cutting up the elements that I am going to use, and I think I also want to take a few of the branches and a little bit of the words. So forgive me that I am a little bit of camera, but trust me, it will be worth it. Now I need to measure where I'm gonna put the birds. I think it's not gonna work if I put it in just one piece, so I'm gonna cut it in half so each of the birds have its own space in the card. Once I'm happy with my figure, I will take out the white background and place it in the card. And then I'm going to start to rub it, 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 rub it. This is also a very long and tedious pace, but you need to be sure that everything is stick perfectly. These transfers come in this tube. They're very big, so you're gonna have a lot of image to work with. So it's always good to keep them in the original package, and you only cut the ones you're gonna use, unless of course, if you're using, a big wall or a big furniture piece, of course, you're gonna use everything. But this time we're using just two little birdies. Now that I'm happy with my birdies, I'm gonna add these acetate daisies to the small cards. They are very beautiful, they are translucent, and the white in the daisies really pops up in the background. And I'm a journal girl. I need to add sentiments. So here you have it, my very first decoupage playing cards. I like them. I'm not gonna do more. I really like what I did. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and I can't wait to see yours.